Hello all, Adrian Lee. I'm here with and this is absolutely true, the amazing Mandy Bailey, and I will introduce in a second. But what we're here to talk about is the chakra series that I've got coming up that's already started. How Mandy is putting solfeggio frequencies into the music, into the series, why that works for everyone and what she's been doing, because what she's been doing in the past is just amazing. In fact, some of the stuff we can't even talk about, but it is being trialed in the 3D world, and I'm sure at some stage we'll be able to talk about that. And so she's a very gifted soul, and I'm so delighted that we are co-creating with Corinne, who we'll do another chat with, on the new 13 chakra series. Mandy, welcome. I know this is your first chat ever.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Thank you very much.
And I don't know who's got the best background, but it's all frequency
We are
solfeggio
loving it.
based.
We are
Just
loving
loving
it.
it.
Look at that.
Absolutely. So just very, very briefly, because I'm going to ask Mandy all about solfeggio, where it came from, frequencies, what we're doing with the chakra system, but also Mandy's got some unique frequencies on her website as well that people will definitely at some stage may want to look at. So yeah, we met a couple of years ago at the Heart Gathering in 2024, which was a beautiful thing. And then I've been staying up with your friends near in Chapel St Leonard's, and we get to spend some brilliant time together. And you have people, you have someone coming from America just to get your frequencies and your massage. So she's a brilliant massage person, because you get so much more than just a massage. And I'm grateful, so grateful to be able to get some of that from you. But going to the chakra system that's already started, we've already done as we're recording this, the Earth Star, which is so important, and the lower chakras are going to be so important to do coming up to December of 2026. But first of all, Mandy, maybe it would be good for you to tell us about solfeggio, where it came from and how it's developed in the healing world.
The history of solfeggio. So, solfeggio, known at last written down, starts back with the Gregorian monks. They used to chant in the solfeggio tunes, and how solfeggio, which is solfege, which is what we use in the music industry, it's your music, your C majors and so forth, came about from solfeggio. The Gregorian monks, they used to learn how to chant as they walked around singing their lovely healing hymns around the abbeys. And this is how they learnt it, rote learning. So it took them years to learn how to sing the right notes and to sing their songs. And then I think it's the 11th century, a monk named Arezzo, he basically spotted a sequence with the notes ut, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and that became what we now have as solfege, which we sing. So it's got a big history dating back musically, but also the interesting thing about solfeggio is numerically, all of the solfeggio notes break down to 3, 6, and 9, which of course, if anybody's up with the maths side of things, they're very specific and marvelous numbers. As Tesla once said, once you know and understand the frequencies and the numbers of 639, you can master anything in the universe. And it's quite right, because it's the numbers for the sacred geometry for everything in creation. So they're magical. That's the smallest little details of solfege history I can give you.
So yeah, and so as we develop the chakra series, um, the healing over the next 12 months. We will talk about more about this because it's so interesting, about how this can help healing from all sorts of, going to a sound bath, or,
Mm,
how you've now created to embed them in the music. And
yeah,
obviously
definitely.
that's intuitively guided as well. But obviously there's certain frequencies that help certain things.
Yeah.
Um, and when I learned about chakras many, many years ago, there's I know things are changing quite a bit, but there's certain emotions, there's certain things which are attached to certain chakras.
That's right.
And then so they will bring in certain frequencies that we need to use within the Solfeggio frequencies to embed in there.
Yeah.
And I've already had this amazing feedback from a couple of people that they are just listening to the music with the frequencies in there. So I do some live
Beautiful.
sessions which are recorded so they can listen to the particular chakra, what we're doing, and what guides that we're bringing in. But also, we're putting out there just the music with the specific frequencies in them, which you are providing. And I'm so
Yeah.
grateful. And some
You're so
people are just
welcome.
listening it to hours,
Yeah.
for hours, and embedding that into, for instance, to ground in to the earth.
Yeah, anchoring into the earth, definitely. This is it. It's exciting stuff, Adrian. And there are so many, it's important to stress to people there are lots of frequencies out there you'll know about. There's angelic frequencies, all these different frequencies that fly about. Um, I think the Rife system's another one that's quite popular. So there are lots of them everywhere, but my passion and my journey and the message that I always get guided with has always put me on the journey of solfeggio. So
Absolutely.
there are other options out there, but this is what we work with, and this is what we feel absolutely passionate about is the absolute changer that anchors in the energies to help people. Definitely.
Well, it's worked for you and your clients, and as we
That's right.
said, it is being, what you're doing is getting into 3D world as well, which is
Yes,
amazing.
exciting stuff occurring in the
But
background.
you had some information about, we've just been through, we're recording this in August of 26, and we will update this, but there's been some brutal energies that have been coming in.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would say I would say brutal, but also beautiful,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah.
and everything in between,
Yeah, it depends where we're going on the ladder.
which have been really tricky for some people.
Yeah,
Some people have really enjoyed it, and it depends what day it is.
yeah,
Obviously, lots of tiredness,
yeah,
and you can go up and down, and that's what we are integrating into our bodies.
that's
So,
right. Sorry, I keep interrupting. It's because I get excited, Adrian. You know what I'm like. So basically, that tiredness we feel is when we get the higher energies come in. If we have got a lower frequency to stabilize and bring it in, that's what brings the tiredness in. So it's basically the higher energies coming in, and our body's trying to process it to shift the lower frequencies out so that we can raise the frequency and absorb it. Sometimes makes us a little bit tired, and unfortunately triggers those inflammations and things that we're all been having a tough time with.
yeah, the
Yeah.
inflammation as well. And I would
Mm.
say not just a little bit tired. Sometimes
Mm.
it just wipes you. It can wipe
Yeah,
you out.
definitely. Yeah.
Um, and so you've had some information that we to set the solstice, isn't it, and winter solstice, that they were going to get
Yeah.
another lot of quite extraordinary strong
Definitely.
energies.
Definitely.
Do
Yeah.
you want to talk about that? How the chakra system and your
Sure.
frequencies will help with
If I
that?
go off, rein me back in, Adrian, because you know what
Okay.
I'm like.
Okay.
So this, as we know, going back to last solstice, when the last energies came in, winter solstice, it was quite immense for people.
Yeah.
We've all been on this journey, haven't we, leading up to now, which has been it's been highs and lows, and people have, had the joy of when they're buzzing on the energy, and then all of a sudden, whap, it's kind of knocks them sideways, and illnesses and ailments and things, issues in our tissues flare up that we thought we hadn't dealt with. And that's all because it's trying to shift what's in us now, because we need to get our bodies to the best it can be and flowing with the energies for more higher frequencies coming in. Because if we don't, like I've just explained, your body's going to feel it,
Yeah.
basically. It expresses it. So we need to work through all our chakras and the issues in our tissues as best we can, so that when the higher frequencies come in, we won't feel it as severe as those that choose to go meh and stay in their lane, which is absolutely fine. But yeah, I'm going with the camp. I'm going to work my hardest to make sure when those edges come in, I'm not going to be suffering too much. Thanks. So basically, that's why it's been pushing us to release, release, release. The reason being, and why I got like so excited with yourself, and why it's so important, especially the Earth Star, because that's the real anchor. That is to hold the energy of the Earth. We are part of the Earth. We have the same minerals flowing through our blood as Gaia. So it's really important we anchor in, so we've got a solid root grounding for when the higher frequencies come in, or else if not, it can be so overwhelming. Yeah. And the reason I got so excited is this is so important right now, because I know, because they've told me, and I trust them explicitly, that when this winter solstice rolls round, so as Orion specifically becomes completely into our what do you call it, spatial awareness up there, into alignment, as those astrologies call it, or astronomers, isn't it, call it, when
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
comes in, he's going to bring these higher frequencies. So I was like, oh, okay. So I just thought that was the message, and thinking we're bracing ourselves for winter. Then, of course, we released, and you did the beautiful Earth Star um, release
Yeah.
work,
Yeah.
yeah,
Release. Yeah.
which was magic. And we was already excited about it because we knew this. But then I had another beautiful message, which was just, I mean, I just love how it works. I think I said to you, it was literally the next day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I had a visit from Sandalphon. Basically, he brought, come to my awareness with a beautiful sound of all the birds in the garden were giving off like, and it was wonderful, enough to make me go, okay, I can't actually get into my meditation here because you're making me aware you're there. And then he came in with his light, but what was magic, he didn't come alone. He came with Arkea, his counterpart, Lady Shakina. And what she, the pair of those, for anybody perhaps that doesn't know, they are the angel and archangel of, quite literally, connecting you to your Earth star energy. So at this point, I got so excited because it was almost like confirmation for us that this, how important this was. But Lady Shakina also connects us to universal consciousness. She's all about what we're, you know, when we talk about the Aquarius energy, don't we, and all being community, all as one. She's the universal consciousness. She's your higher 13th chakra. She's that higher energy. And what was fascinating for me is about 3 weeks before this, they told me and prepped me to source some new frequent Solfeggio tuning forks that I work with, specifically ready. I assumed for winter because there was two. However, it turned out 3 weeks later that the first one of the two is of the same frequency, that is of Lady Shakina, or should I say unity consciousness. So the message that they were giving me is, this is really important because, and also it's linked to Andromeda. So that's the first of the frequencies that I'm bringing in now, that's coming in ready for winter, is of your higher frequencies, Andromedan energy, which is unity consciousness. Now, because it's higher, remember what we've just said about when higher frequencies come in, you if you're not doing your work, you can really feel it in the body. People really can go through it. So it was almost like saying, Mandy, this is really important, and we're super glad, you know, that this work's being done, but we need to stress to people also how important it is for their physicality, because following the Andromedan, this frequency, which is your 13th chakra, becomes Orion. Because obviously I've just said last winter was Orion's energy. And Orion's energy, that's like basically your 14th chakra. It's cosmic law, it's the Stargate, it's connecting to Orion itself. So basically, the importance of what I'm getting at is we're now setting the groundwork ready for these frequencies, which when we're talking 13th, 14th chakra, some people haven't even mastered chakras, you know, 9 or even 7.
Exactly.
So therefore, it's really
So this,
important.
so
Yeah,
this whole, so in, because there's a lot of information there.
there
And
was. And I tried to keep it as small because you know what I'm like.
so, but like you say, if we keep it simple, we have to go through, you had confirmation messages, and we
Yeah.
have to go through each chakra to get
Yes.
to a certain place to integrate all the energies that are coming. And of
Yeah.
course, you know, for healing our every part of our bodies, our spiritual body, our emotional body, our physical body, because
Yeah.
this is a, like I've already said, this is a whole journey of personal expansion to
It
find that
really is,
balance and flow,
Adrian.
to
Yeah.
support all of your
All of
bodies
you.
to
Yes.
to complete resonance with
Yeah.
your source self, and that's
Yeah.
the end game.
Yes,
And,
exactly.
and we will talk about more about, so you know, because I'm learning with you. I mean, you're the expert on this, although
Well,
we have
I don't think I'm an expert. I'm just kind of roll with what I get, Adrian, and they're like,
well,
oh, okay.
but you've come up with a lot of information which you haven't gone out publicly with, and then it
No,
turns out to be 6 months to be everyone's talking about it.
I
So
know.
for
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
you're ahead of the game. So
Oh, bless
that's
you.
why I'm
We
grateful
roll
to
with it, don't we?
we
We roll with it.
we absolutely roll with it.
So,
So
can I just add in, Adrian, just so people don't get freaked out, think they need to be suddenly, you know, worked on complete chakra system before these Christmas. Um, don't panic. You just need to be working on them the best you can. But ideally, if we can master, obviously the Earth Star really important. That anchoring and stop you panicking, the grounding, the
yeah,
stability,
absolutely.
absolutely important. But if you can just master your root, your sacral, and your solar, even if you only practice every day, keeping those emotional vortexes flowing and that energy flowing, that's going to be enough, hopefully, to stop you going, you know, into too much of a, oh my goodness me, come Christmas. I mean, ideally, yes, eventually we want them all going, don't we? So you're firing on all cylinders and fabulous. But don't panic, you haven't got to master all 13 chakras by Christmas.
In fact, we don't, we are all on our healing journey. And
Yeah,
so even if people don't do it this year, because it's
no,
still going to be relevant for next year and the
forever,
years forever.
forever.
This
Yeah,
is, it will
yeah,
be great if you do it now because it's going to be easier.
yeah, just because it's going to be less, you know, torture for you.
And, like we were discussing, and because I know for me and you, it's really important to be authentic with your work.
Yeah,
And we were checking on of with when bringing our energies together, how it can affect someone. And unfortunately, some people soul's purpose is to become a scientist. Some is to become a doctor. Some is to become a gardener and a chef.
yeah,
Our soul's purpose is to help people heal. And we've
yeah.
looked at when our energies come together, and I'm now tingling again,
I know it
um,
gets so exciting, doesn't
because
it? It
it's
gets so
so
expansive.
exciting. And then
Yeah.
when you get bring Corinne into it as well, it's just like it's just magic. So I do want to talk about what other things that you do as well, but just finishing off the chakra, the series to to bring us to that. So I've already done the Earth Star when we're recording this. We've got
Yes.
the root coming up and then we're going to obviously do the lower chakras all before the winter solstice, and
Which
then
is
we're going to work
perfect.
on the higher going through. But
Yeah.
the beautiful thing is, as I've already said, people can do the one with words, but
Yeah.
also we're doing the tracks, just music and frequencies alone. So if you just want to listen to a track for all day or put it on when you're sleeping, that is going to be in the program too. So,
Yeah.
and I appreciate anybody who's already signed up for that program with my membership. But you've got some also some recordings that are helping people on your website. Do you
Yeah.
want to
I've
talk
got a
about?
couple on there. So yeah, so I discovered on my little journey that I've got a good knack and, like I said, of working at layering the frequencies and the energy and putting it behind a music track. Because at first, I'm just give a brief little reason for why it's behind a track. When it was just tuning forks and me and the energy, it sounded like, not everybody wants to listen to that, Adrian, do they?
No.
So I thought I still need to get this out because I knew how important it was, and I know the benefits it can give because I've seen it time and time and time and time again. So that's why I thought, so I make the track, which is nice to listen to, that also carries, though, the energy and the frequencies behind it. I layer it up with my energy work and the frequencies that is needed to shift whatever's needed there and to help your body and your energetic body all start singing in harmony and make it feel better.
Absolutely.
Basically. Yeah.
And you kind of record ones that I think probably your clients want, so then you put them, for
Yeah.
everyone, right?
Yeah, that's right. So I mean, we've got on there pain information came out first because so many of you were still suffering with pain and inflammation. It's like they come and you'd make them feel good, then they'd go away, and then like something emotional would trigger it again, or the planets shift because obviously they help contribute to it as well, like we've discussed. And I was like, okay, I need to give something for these people in between seeing us, Adrian, that can really help them because this stuff really shifts and changes how we
Absolutely.
feel and how our body is. And we're in this physical form regardless to how much we wander off up there.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
need to make it as nice of a journey in life that we can for people. So pain inflammation came first, which was a big game changer for a lot. So I thought, okay, well, I'll put it on the website if other people want to try it. Then I did
Just
the
just give
nervous
us a few.
system.
Give us a few.
So yeah, nervous system was the next one because that's another thing people really
Big.
struggle, anxiety. Some just can't help stepping into the energy of the people because they get really triggered and then they feel really bad about it. So it was another tool to help people, to help them settle the nervous system. I
Absolutely.
think I've got lymphatic drainage on there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's a few on there. And then obviously I do specific ones. They can be quite expensive because of the time and the energy it takes me. They're
It's
for
I don't it's a
one-to-ones.
but
Yeah,
at the end of the day, no, I don't like that. That word doesn't exist. It's a
yeah,
mutual exchange of
yeah,
somebody wants to be healed of something,
absolutely. It's
they
worth
can
every penny. We'll put it
they
that
can
way
suffer
because it's
they can
all
suffer
my
for
love and
years.
energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's
And
exactly it.
you look at the other medical procedures which costs thousands and thousands,
Yeah,
and you come to so what you're saying is you can actually buy, you can make an exchange to have a personal Solfeggio track
for
for
what's needed
that
at that current
for,
time.
for
Yeah,
them. And I
yeah,
know I'm fortunate enough to know a few of your clients who have just been really benefiting from that. So
yeah, absolutely.
including myself.
Yes.
Um, while I'm doing all my daily things. So
Yeah, we love
um,
it.
so I'm not quite sure. I think is there anything we've missed today we've done the basics, I think.
I think we've done the basics. I've tried not to go off because you know what I'm like. I get so excited and have so much in there to share that it's like, so I think we've covered it,
But
hopefully.
then we're going to be sharing more, and I'm also going to be doing a recording with Corinne next week about how she's co-creating with all three of us for with this chakra series as well. And we've all got our own gifts or our own
Yeah,
keys, our codes and frequencies. And when we
bringing the
bring them
magic
together,
together.
yeah, and it is, this is the most excited I've ever been in my healing career, if you like,
Yeah, it
because
is exciting.
it's like a set out program where it can really help people move forward.
Yeah,
And there's, of course, there's different
absolutely.
ways. People find their different ways.
Yeah,
It
and
may
that's
be that
fine.
somebody comes to your website and the one thing that you do will just completely change their life. But that's what we do. Right. I'm going to shush as well. We've both had fans coming on us because we're
Yeah,
recording this in hot rooms.
so sorry. Straight from my little healing hut, straight in. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm going to put the link to your website in underneath this video. But do you want to say what it is right now?
No, 'cause the mind's gone. MB
MB
Holistics.
Holistics.
Yeah,
MB
basically.
Holistics.
Oh, the
Dot.
co.uk, I believe. I'm not very good with Tinterweb, Adrian.
um, yeah, technically, yes, healers are not terribly good at technical stuff, are we?
Technical
But anyway,
stuff.
but
Yeah,
we've got the frequencies going today.
yeah, goodness
Um,
me.
so Mandy, this is our first take. I'm sure we've got some. It's perfectly imperfect. And thank you for listening to this. But I hope you've enjoyed it. And we're going to, if you've got any questions about it, fire them in, and
Yeah,
we will address them in our next chat that we do.
yeah. I
Mandy,
love that.
thank you
Thank
so,
you
so
so
much.
much.
Cheers, guys. Lots of love.
Take care. Lots of
Thanks, Mandy.
love.
Bye.